1 hour later.
Well, hey everybody, you've made it to the end of the video here. You probably had seen that it didn't pour with much head retention. In fact, it's really not head retention, but there is good carbonation. And there's legs that's hard to show on camera, but I'm just looking over. I mean, I did put malted oats in this. I put naked oats, golden naked oats. I'm not going to go through the whole what's in it because the recipe will be in the description. But it's a little surprising that there isn't more head retention considering how much oats are in it. Okay. But remember, there's whiskey in this. It's a high ABV beer. I will tell you that the original gravity was supposed to be 1123, but because my system just can't handle this much grain, I got 1110. I did just order a new 20-gallon clawhammer system to be able to handle beers like this a little bit better. But I knew I wasn't going to hit that number anyway with my system. I just couldn't get that kind of gravity for too much grain on a liquid. Anyway, final gravity 1023, so it finished a little bit sweeter than expected, but not much. Ended at 12% ABV. Maybe a little bit more because of the whiskey that I threw in there, but it wasn't a ton when you think of the whole thing. It's very black as expected. No off flavors. I can smell like the whiskey, quote unquote, barrel agedness. There's some sweetness there. There's some chocolate smell. There's not actually chocolate in it. A lot of vanilla in it. I'm surprised I don't smell more vanilla. Smooth, very drying. That's surprising. Hint of bitterness from the dark malts. I would have. This was an afterthought, but I had wanted to top mash the dark malts, and I forgot to do that. So that might help. I'm not getting much coconut. Yeah, carbonation's good. Like I say, a little bitter. I think it's a little bitter for what I would like. I didn't use a ton. Mostly chocolate malt is what I used. I used a little bit of black malt. So yeah, I'm not getting the vanilla on it, even though I put a lot of vanilla beans in it, but this has only been a week on carbonation. So by the end of, the keg, the vanilla may really start to come out because it's still in the keg. I didn't take that out. I did take the coconut out, but it was in for a good 4 weeks. I am surprised about not getting as much coconut flavor from this. I'm really glad I decided not to put the coffee in it. That would have just completely, it would have been ruined, I think. So I did not add coffee to this, even though the recipe originally called for it. Not my recipe. I got this off of, I think it was Craft Beer Magazine or whatever it's called, because it looked like it would be good beer until I started making it and realized that I needed a bigger vessel. And I don't know, just it's one of those beers I feel like going more simple is better. There's way too much malts in this. I would definitely thin out the malt in the malt list, make it a more simple beer. Stick with just the vanilla and the coconut, and a simpler, I think, malt bill. Yeah. Anyway, it's not bad. I can absolutely taste the whiskey and the barrel stave impact, I think, more than anything else. It's not bad. Wish it had some head retention. There is sweetness there that's probably coming from the vanilla and the coconut. And it did finish at 1023, so there's some malty sweetness there. Maybe the IBUs being a little higher would help. It's only at 24 IBUs, so, that might help balance it a little bit better. Not bad, but, yeah, I think it could be better. So, Anyway, I'll be back next week with probably just a standard brew talk video. I do have another beer fermenting right now. I just put the yeast in it today. So that'll be ready early March for my next full brew day. And that's going to be a really interesting one. So I hope you stick around for it, because it's definitely a different kind of beer that I haven't seen brewed before. At any rate, I'll be back then. And until then, cheers. Keep on brewing.